I just picked up not long ago Motortown Behind the Wheel, and today I'm going to share some feedback and thoughts on this game. It's a simulator game where you can drive trucks or get other people, other AI NPCs to drive trucks for you and get money. These trucks can have liquid, you can have minerals, you can have just fruit, anything. You can also be a bus driver, you can be a taxi driver. If I press escape, you can see in the top left is the level for everything. So you've got your main driving level, you've got your taxi driver level, you've got your bus driver level, you've got your truck driver level, you've got your racing level, you can be a racer, and you've got your tour level. This doesn't seem fun, so I haven't done it. And you've got a police job, which is very lackluster. Anyway, I'm at the bus station, so I'll describe some bus things. So you start off with the little bus and you can get with better levels, better buses. But there's an issue. So if I go to a bus and I click get in the driver's seat, can I do that please? No. Okay. Am I in the driver's seat? Okay, I'm randomly in the driver's seat. You can select a lot of jobs. It's completely your choice. How long do you want to be doing the bus route for? Longer ones do give lots of money. I guess shorter ones are fine too, so I'll just pick this one. Oh, so the doors are open, but not actually open. That's interesting. Okay, the graphics in this game are pretty good, I would say. It's definitely a unique art style. When it's raining, the graphics are incredible, though. The reflections are so good, and this game runs phenomenal. You're going to be able to run this game on most systems at a good frame rate. My fans don't even turn on. So when you are simulating a bus, people, you heard that bell. What am I doing? People can press a button and it will make a sound, and that's how you know they want to get off at the next stop. In real life, it's exactly how it works. You press the button and the bus driver will stop at the next stop. If there's no one at the next stop, it won't stop. If no one's pressed the button to say that they want to get off and there's nobody at the stop on the outside, you can just drive past it as a bus driver. And it only makes sense if no one's going to interact with that stop, you can drive past it. You can't in this game, and you've got to stop there. So I forgot to let off someone at that station. So if there's nobody at a bus stop and there's no one wanting to get off, no one's pressed the button, you still have to stop at the stop. It doesn't make sense. It's not how it works in real life. Really, all you're doing is you go into this box, you're going to stop, you're going to open the doors. And that's how in-depth this bus driving is. You just go to a box, let off some people might come on, and go to the next box. So this is bus driving. There's a few others that I can show you. I think I'm next to the police station, so I'll just show you that. The police, you do get good money for doing these jobs, but the police job is really paid well. So I'll just get out and leave these people because you don't get punished for it. Can I get in any car here? Do I have to spawn one? I might just be able to get in this one. Okay. So you have sirens if I press 6. And in the top right you can see the patrol of the area, 45%. It goes down slowly over time. This was at 100 hours ago. And the suspects, you will get a suspect about once an hour. So all you do, let's say this car in front is a suspect, you would put on your sirens. I don't think you have to put on your sirens actually. There would be a police car following him. So all you would do is stop in front of him, and that's that suspect taken care of. The police car will give you money and experience. It's a very lackluster system. It's almost to the point where I'm confused it's in the game. So let's patrol the area, which is what you're doing most of the time if you are a police patroller. So what you do is you go to this grey box, kind of like the bus station that had a grey box that you would go to. Well, now we go to a different grey box, and this will give us money for every patrol that we do. Why is it now saying I've got to go back to the place? Anyway, it will give us also experience as a police person, and for driving naturally you get main level experience. This is a police car. Let's go to the taxi driver. You might see something in common with all of these jobs. Because this is a company car, I can just ditch it. No one's going to care. It's not going to punish me. It's not going to do anything to me. Okay. Let's get a taxi job, and I don't want to go somewhere too far. That is a big, you're going to get banked for that. That's 22,000 right there. So now we are in a taxi. We have to go and, like in real life, pick somebody up and drop them off. So to pick somebody up, there's jobs we can select from, which we just selected, you know, the top one. I think it's the closest one. And there's a guy on the side of the road, so we go to this grey box, then we stop at the grey box. In the top right, there's comfort. This is... So actually, both of these systems go in play. So the middle bottom is a circle, and if that goes red, it's less comfortable. So it goes red when you are harshly braking or taking dramatic turns. And then the comfort's going to go down, and what comfort is, it will give you a money bonus. It will also give you an experience bonus. Around the map you do get shops, so right here there's a lot of things you could buy. Cars, there's just normal trucks. Oh, there's another mechanic. We just got caught speeding, so what this police car's actually going to do is take about an hour to turn around and try and find us. And then eventually, you know, when it gets down here, we're actually waiting for him right now. It's taking a while. Eventually, when he might find us. Nope, he's just disappeared. Okay, so the police mechanic in this game, when you get caught, you can, there's multiple different ways. Speeding, going on the wrong side of the road, maybe even crashing the vehicle, but I don't know about that one. And the police car will not follow you, but he will try to. And if for some miracle reason they get next to you, they will just take a fine out. It depends what crimes you've done to how much money they're going to take from you. I think it's just 300 for speeding. You basically have to go to them and hand yourself in for this mechanic to work, because the police don't ever catch you. That's the only cop car that will ever come, by the way. He can't call his mates and get his mates that's on patrol to have a look. Nope, it's only that one cop car, which means 99.9% of the time, unless you hand yourself in, you're actually not ever going to get fined. So now we are approaching to drop off this customer. So what we have to do is go to another grey box, and all we have to do is stop there. I completely botched it. Okay, and then it's going to give us money, and then it's going to give us money for comfort, and because we are using a company vehicle, it will take a profit. We can look at the map here, and this is where we can find some activities to do. So there's one of my cars actually. You can buy houses. You can go to different places, so every place has demand, supply, and what kind of cargo you need. So this is a flatbed. So what's this telling me? This is telling me that it wants a pallet. It's going to give me back a punking pallet or punking box. So then we would go from here. So we have now punking pallet and punking box in the vehicle. We would have to go to, I don't really know anywhere that accepts punking. I've not actually came across that, but we would go somewhere that demands punking and deliver it there. You also have to get pallets because they demand pallets. So you could go to here and this would give you a pallet, for example. It's very confusing, but you can get the gist of it, and you need to get the gist of it because companies. So you can get companies, and what companies do is NPCs that will go from A to B just like you would, but they would get money for you. For example, this one we've got to, can I edit the, let's go to the truck routes actually. And then we can see, this is the wrong one. We can see, for example here, we go first, the NPCs will go here and pick up a rice pallet. Then they will drop off the rice pallet at number 2, which is right here. Then they will pick up something else. This is just like an extension. They will pick it up, so then they can go back to where they need to be and still earn money, and then drop off at the supermarket. This doesn't work because it's completely broken. So what they will do is they will go to the rice. They will get, let's say, 4 crates of rice. They will drop off only 2 crates of rice. Then they will go to this third place and pick up, maybe fill the truck up with corn. And then they will probably go back to drop off the last rice pallet and then go to the supermarket to sell everything. It is busted, it doesn't work, and it's not just this route, it is literally every single route. They're broken. I don't know how they have like been in the game for this long and they're just completely broken. Trucks do have an upkeep. You kind of saw me do it there a bit earlier. Right here, you have to pay 100 just to refresh the condition of the vehicle. If it hits 0, it will just stop. And that's how much that mechanic goes into place. I've bought these vehicles. These are flatbeds. You've probably seen them somewhere. Let me see if I can go somewhere real quick. Now, I could spawn in my own vehicle and it would cost me 300 coins. It's kind of pointless to do when you can just get a job vehicle and you don't get punished for anything you do with this vehicle. So I'm going to get the job vehicle and go to the truck store. So this is the truck store right here. What I'm going to do is then get out of the vehicle. You know, whatever happens to that, we don't get punished for. Doesn't really matter to us. I have these are flatbed containers. And the mechanics of different trucks go quite in depth. You can look at the tyres. Tyre wear, 0 to 20%. You can actually open doors. I don't know if I can do this without buying the vehicle, but you will be able to open the boots and whatnot to put cargo in. That's really just cosmetic though, because if you're in a vehicle and you go to a grey box, it will automatically put cargo in. So you've got some more grey boxes and we could go to them, and no vehicles nearby. This is like an electric charger too. So these are the vehicles that I have. So both of these are in use by the NPCs and they're spawned in the world. This one isn't. This is the starter vehicle that you get, which will cost me 300 coins. Now, why do that when I can go to a job and just steal the vehicle? You know, police cars are really fast, so that's one to look out for. It doesn't make sense why I would waste money on that, even though it's not much money. There's also banks you can take out a loan and then buy cars with, or you can just rent the cars or trucks in general. But this is a great way to kind of boost, you know, it's similar to Euro Truck Simulator. Anyway, it's not just little trucks. You can get really big trucks. You can get really big trailers too. There's like a whole trailer stations. So these are a ton of trucks that you can get. Now these are all company trucks. This is not a store. We can't buy these. All of these trucks will take a certain percentage of the money that we make. And we can't spawn in any of these because we're not high enough level. To say this is a, well, I guess I can spawn in that one. To say this is a trucking game, I haven't done much trucking. It will say required level 100. That's a lot. My level right now is 5, so 100 is quite a lot. But I can spawn in this company vehicle for free too, and then just drive it anywhere. You know, no punishment, whatever happens to this. You can repair it for free. I guess you can refuel it for free. I've never actually had to refuel it ever. So once you have one of these, you would put it into your company right here, and then you would add the vehicle to your company, and then you would assign a route. So go to truck route. Let's say we want to go to the fuel station, then we want to go from there to a different fuel station. So now it's going to go from 1 to 2 continuously. I don't think that this route actually works. It shouldn't work. That's how you do it. And then you would name it something, right? And then you would go to the vehicles, and this is the awful UI for the vehicles. You can repair it here also. You can change which route it's going on manually. I wouldn't mess with it. It's pointless having that sitting there. You can assign bus routes or truck routes, and obviously remove. If you remove the route, it will automatically just remove it from here anyway. It will also tell you the profits that you are earning and the what cargo it's carrying. Like I said, you can also have bus routes. There's a lot of bus routes. I think the ones that cover the whole map, they just give a boatload of money and experience. But you can also get city-specific bus routes. There's a roadmap, or not really a roadmap, but a Trello that you can look at, and all the negatives that I've just mentioned. So I will mention a few just to summarize. The grey boxes, that's all you're doing. You're just going to a grey box, just stopping, and then you go into a different grey box and then you're stopping. Whether that's trucking, taxi drives, anything, you're going to a grey box. That's all you're doing. There's nothing satisfying to it. Okay, so that's one of them. The UI, absolutely awful. To give some constructive criticism about the UI, the bottom left minimap, I think it could look a whole lot better. You've got controls in the middle right side of the screen, it's just clutter. In the top right, there's stuff that you don't even need to know, also clutter. And in specific menus, like you saw with the company menus, it's just all clutter and it all looks a big mess. I can quickly also mention that the NPC AI is atrocious. The routes that you will take them on, they will just randomly crash into stuff and then it will take time out of the journey. Also, they will turn every single corner at 2 miles per hour. If there's no one around, they will also turn it at 2 miles per hour. It doesn't make sense in real life. You will never do this unless it's rush hour. So they're just a few negatives. Now the worrisome thing is they have a Trello page like I mentioned with lots of information on there, honestly. It has lots of upcoming things, lots of bugs, bug fixes, lots of boatloads of information, but there's nothing that mentions making the UI better or making the NPC AI better. There's nothing mentions all the criticisms I've got. There's no mention of it getting improved. So after a few hours of playing, I think I have like 5 hours playtime, and there's just a boatload of criticisms with this game. Now, I think this game will be fun with friends. I think playing it solo, it can also be fun. I enjoyed some of my time, there's just a lot that's taken away from the experience. I will also mention that the tutorial is pretty much non-existent. It will tell you to go to A and to B and some cool things, tell you to go to a bank. It will not tell you how to do absolutely anything else. It will not tell you how to make a company routes. It will not show you videos. It will not give you anything, any indications, because this game does have some in-depth mechanics. For example, the economy. If you keep going from one store and taking all of the beans and then you deliver it somewhere else, you keep going back to that store, it's not going to have beans. You're going to have to supply it with beans. There's a whole economy system, it just never gets mentioned here. Also, some things inside of companies don't make sense, like how can I set a route for fruit and assign that exact route to a liquid fuel container cargo, and everything will still work. The maintenance and upkeep will still keep happening, but the car will just go to a place and pick up absolutely nothing, then do its route like normal. You won't get any money, of course. So that's just my feedback on the game. There's still some good here, like there's certain aspects of the game which is actually fun and the progression's fun. It feels great to play, but there's just a lot of things holding back from the experience. The main thing, no matter what activity you're doing in this game, will be driving, and they have nailed the driving on controller, on a wheel, on just keyboard and mouse. The driving feels great. But I felt like I had to give this feedback video because I've seen countless reviews and countless guides on how to do stuff, and they don't mention what's bad with the game or what doesn't work. There's just no mention of it. So then you go to play it, you think it's all cool, and then you're just hit with a boatload of bugs and a boatload of stuff that doesn't work. Immersion breaking stuff. The game is in early access, and like I said, it has somewhat of a roadmap. You can keep up to date with everything. Now, if you have friends that's also playing this game, you can get on a server together. I'm sure you would have some fun. For me, I wouldn't really play this game any more than I've played it now. There's just so much taken away from the experience. Do keep an eye on this game. It has the potential to be really amazing. Like I said, there's really amazing stuff at play here, but what this game kind of does is work on a mechanic, and then when it's done, move on to the next. They don't polish it, they don't make it in depth, so you're left with lots of shallowness. But anyway, thanks for watching, and thanks for watching the whole video. Actually, it's quite a long one, and thanks for your time.